Hello everyone. This time pag-usapan po natin ang isa sa mga requirement ng mga waste generator sa provision ng DAO 2013-22 or kilala sa Procedures and Standards for the Management of Hazardous Waste. Sa atin pong bansa, ini-embrace natin ang concept na cradle to grave responsibility. Meaning, pagka nagkaroon po ng generation ng hazardous waste, kailangan na po itong um, papunta sa ating disposal. And if there are necessary treatment para hindi ito makaapekto sa ating environment, naglalagay tayo ng treatment to convert ang hazardous waste into non-hazardous, saka ito i-dispose like in a landfill. Basically, sa hazardous waste management system, merong tatlong players para masiguro yung cradle to grave responsibility. So, meron tayong first party na tinatawag na waste generator. And yung second party, tinatawag natin na mga EMB accredited transporter. At yun namang third party, ang mga EMB accredited treatment, storage, and disposal facilities. So itong tatlong to will enter into agreement. Meron silang multi-partite agreement at sila will play important role to make sure yung hazardous waste na na-generate ay ma-dispose properly. Now, in the context of registration and permitting requirements, per DAO 2013-22 or the revised procedures and standards for the management of hazardous waste, may mga documents na dapat hawak ang mga players o yung mga parties. Most especially ang first party kasi sa kanila ang source of hazardous waste generation, and it's their responsibility until such time na ma-certify ito. It's the responsibility of the waste generator until such time na ma-certify ng treater na yung hazardous waste na kinuha ng second party transporter ay naginang non-hazardous. So first of all, sa registration requirement, kailangan ang first party, waste generator, ang second party, ang transporter, at ang third party, ang treater, ay dapat lahat duly registered sa Environmental Management Bureau under DENR. So kapag ikaw ay nag-generate ng hazardous waste, dapat magkaroon ka ng registration as a hazardous waste generator. So magkakaroon ka dapat ng unique reference registration number, at yung number na yon ang pagkakakilanlan mo as waste generator. And usually sa control or registration number, nagsisimula ito sa OL, GR, or OLG, meaning generator. Same context doon sa or requirement doon sa mga transporter, meron silang registration number as OLTP, meaning transporter. At doon naman sa mga treater, meron silang OLTR na makikita nyo sa kanilang registration number, pagkakakilanlan. So yung G or GR ay generator, yung TP ay transporter, at yung TR ay treater. So merong mga registration certificate unang-unang sinisecure. So sa Cradle, doon sa point of hazardous waste generation, dapat yung generator ay merong hazardous waste generator registration certificate at merong unique registration number ito. Ang registration certificate na yan ay issued ng concerned regional office ng EMB. So naka-indicate na rin sa registration number kung anong region na issue yung certificate of registration. At base na rin kasi sa DAO 2013-22, ang mga waste generators are required to register online to the DNR EMB Regional Office kung saan located yung establishment. So magkakaroon ng registration number. Ang typical na term na ginagamit based on DAO 2013-22 ay DENR ID number. Maririnig mo rin ito sa mga service provider o sa mga ibang PCO yung salitang hazardous waste ID. Ang iba naman, hazardous waste generators ID. Pero pag binasa mo ang DAO 2013-22, Chapter 3.3, nakasulat doon yung salitang DENR ID number. So, better na yun na lang ang gamitin natin. So, unang-unang registration requirement per DAO 2013-22 is for waste generator to register as a hazardous waste generator. Dahil yun ang susi para yung hazardous waste management system na ini-implement ng DNR through the Bureau ay masiguro in the concept of cradle to grave. So once na na-register mo na yung type of waste, maaari na itong uh, ipahakot, i-transport from the source of generation kung saan mang facility na generate anong location papunta doon sa point of disposal. So ang waste generator through the pollution control officer shall secure a permit to transport. Well, di ka makakapag-secure ng permit to transport kung wala kang existing online registration. That's what we call a system. Tuloy-tuloy. So, hindi pwede magsisimula ka sa permit to transport. Sisimula ka as for the registration as a hazardous waste generator. Therefore, failure to register as a hazardous waste generator is already a violation of the hazardous waste management system per DAO 2013-22. And kailangan ang registered hazardous waste generator through the pollution control officer must secure a permit to transport para madala na ito sa point of treatment and disposal. So the pollution control officer shall secure permit to transport sa concerned regional office of EMB through online hazardous waste management system kung saan doon din sa system na yon nag-register as a hazardous waste generator. Therefore, hindi ka makaka-secure ngayon ng permit to transport kung wala kang registration online. Kaya tuloy-tuloy na yan. So pagka nakakuha na ng permit to transport, ang permit to transport will give you the authorization to transport your hazardous waste to the point of treatment and disposal. At naka-indicate doon kung ano yung type of waste sa permit to transport, kung anong type of waste ang hahakutin, ilan ang quantity na hahakutin, at anong gagamitin na sasakyan, sino itong transporte na maghahakot. And therefore, magiging malinaw sa sino man na nagkakaroon talaga ng paper trail o tamang sistema ng paghahakot. Imagine kung yung vehicle ay hindi registered sa EMB, baka saan na yun dalhin. Kaya yung mga vehicle na registered sa EMB na ginagamit ng isang accredited transporter, yun talaga ang gagamitin sa paghakot. Now, once na makakuha na ng permit to transport, the waste generator shall manage and generate what we call hazardous waste manifest. Yan yung pangatlo. Sa hazardous waste manifest, mag-i-indicate kung sino yung waste generator, anong type of waste, at yung quantity na waste na hahakutin, at parang papel na magpapatunay na meron ngang nangyaring o mangyayaring paghahakot. At during the transport, kung sino man yung mag-verify on the ground, on the road, maipapakita ito, lalong-lalo ng mga driver. Like, ano ba ang dala ko? Sino ba? Saan ko ba to dadalhin? Yan. Now, sa hazardous waste manifest, kailangan yung waste generator doon sa kanyang online account sa online hazardous waste management system, ipo-forward niya po ito sa transporter. So sa transporter, duly accredited ng EMB doon sa kanya ding online account sa hazardous waste management system, pag nakita niya yung manifest na pinorward ng waste generator, ima-manage na rin yon at ifo-forward din sa TSD kung saan niya dadalhin para malalaman din ng TSD, Treatment Storage Disposal Facility, na may darating. So kapag ka na-accept yon, na-acknowledge na yon, ibig sabihin allowed na dalhin doon. Kaya ang hazardous waste manifest, kailangan i-generate, i-forward ng waste generator sa transporter, at ang transporter naman i-forward niya din sa TSD. Bakit? Doon kasi ang final destiny ng hazardous waste. At based on DAO 2013-22, yung proper management ng hazardous waste has to do with proper handling, ano yung handling na gagawin, magkakaroon ng proper treatment until such time na na-convert na yung hazardous waste into non-hazardous. Therefore, the third party, will issue a certificate of treatment. So yung certificate of treatment is the documents issued by the treater, signed by the owner and or pollution control officer sa waste generator. Ibibigay ito sa kanila at yan na yung proof nung waste generator in the context of cradle to grave responsibility na yung hazardous waste na treat na into non-hazardous at pwede na itong i-dispose. Sa certificate of treatment, naka-indicate yung same quantity na hinakot o tinransport at na-receive, yung type of waste na hinakot o na-receive ng treater, at kung kailan yung date of treatment at ano yung method of treatment. Napakalaga ng certificate of treatment. So, sa isang sistema, tinatawag nga nating hazardous waste management system, kailangan magkaroon ng registration, magkaroon ng permitting, compliance. So sa side muna ng waste generator, the first party, kailangan magkaroon siya ng hazardous waste generator registration certificate, mag-apply ng permit to transport, i-manage at i-forward ang manifest sa transporter, at ang certificate of treatment antayin within 45 days from the treater. So itong apat na to ang magpapakita ng totoong nangyaring pag-generate ng hazardous waste at pagtatapon ng hazardous waste ng tama base sa sistema na ito. Now, ang transporter at ang treater ay mayroong mga kanya-kanya ding compliance requirements sa EMB. Kaya kailangan rehistrado, kailangan yung sasakyan ay na ginagamit ay solely for the transport of hazardous waste, at kung ano yung registered na vehicle, yun ang gagamitin. Ganun din yung tamang packaging, labeling ng mga container. So sa waste generator, kailangan nagkakaroon ng labels sa mga hazardous waste, at kung ang transporter ay mag-transport ng walang label, merong corresponding fine yan. Kaya dapat sisiguruhin ng both waste generator and transporter na may buong kompletong information sa container. So ang label based on 6.2 ng DOW 2013-22 shall be observed. Along with the label, yung placard, lalong-lalo kung ano ang characteristic ng hazardous waste na generate at itinatransport. Characteristic like toxic, reactive, ignitable, corrosive. At syempre, ang treater naman, base sa approved method of treatment, dapat masiguro na yun ang gagawin, at saka yung mga treatment facilities, masiguro na nag-work ito in normal working operation or condition. Kasi treatment yan eh. Kailangan talagang ma-convert yung hazardous waste into non-hazardous para ready to be disposed sa loob ng isang disposal facility. Now, yung ating mga first party waste generator, second party transporter, third party treatment, storage, disposal facility, uh, agreed with each other kung paano yung proper storage, proper labeling, proper transport, and proper treatment and disposal. So dapat mayroong memorandum of agreement ang tatlong ito para patunay to promote the transparency and accountability sa hazardous waste na nage-generate, tinatransport, at dinidispose. Ang waste generator din ay kailangan ma-upkeep niya yung mga data, yung record. So dapat meron siyang compilation ng registration ng hazardous waste generator, meron siyang compilation ng permit to transport, the corresponding hazardous waste manifest, and certificate of treatment. So sa ating mga waste generator, we must make sure na kapag nag-inspect ang EMB sa ating facility, naka-ready ang mga documents na yan. Again, number one, hazardous waste generator registration certificate. Number two, permit to transport. Number three, hazardous waste manifest. Number four, certificate of treatment. So I hope you have learned something in the concept of cradle to grave responsibility pursuant to DOW 2013-22, the revised procedures and standards for the management of hazardous waste. And if you want to know more about environmental compliance, environmental management, please subscribe to this channel, please share this video, please like this video, and you are also encouraged to ask question below. Thank you very much for time listening, and God bless us all.